I'm assuming you're about to steam up. So maybe give it a second. Welcome. We have some cucumbers here. We have 3 different varieties. You know, you want to go for the things that taste really good. I think you should at least. What's the point in growing something if you don't like it? These ones are all cherries. Again, different varieties. So we have, what is it? I think 7 varieties of cherry tomatoes and I think 11 of the larger ones. All of them again are kind of heritage. Older varieties, just kind of anything strange and wonderful that I could get my hands on, really. So what we do, we've been pruning them into double leaders. This is actually a really good example here. Every tomato will split a connection here between the leaf and the stem. And normally we prune all of those out, but what we've done is we've left one, so we split the plant essentially into 2, saving on seed and space really. And it pushes back harvest by maybe about a week, but I think it's worth it. I think the origins are South American. I think that's where they came from originally. And so yeah, they are perennial, so they'll grow more or less as long as you leave them, right? And so what we're doing, especially this year, because we have had such a good year, is we're leaning and lowering to extend our season, which is just to extend it up and move it along, essentially giving the plant more room to grow. As we'll unwind this, just 1 turn for now, and maybe we'll come back next week and do a second one, depending on how they're doing. And we'll put that back and we'll lean that down. We prune as we go along. Well, I started woofing. So I was volunteering on organic farms around Europe, and I was using that as a method of traveling, so from going from place to place. And I found out that I really liked growing. I just got really passionate about it, and it's just what I love to do. It makes sense, right? I mean, I think feeding people is one of the most humbling things you can do. You know what I mean? Everybody needs a farmer, a grower, a food producer. It's endless. It's an endless task. They just won't stop growing. It's an orange banana, is the name of the variety. It's a tomato. It's really very lovely. It's incredibly fleshy, and just a lovely, lovely flavor. And I had my first one yesterday, and it's easily one of my new favorites. It's not round, it's not uniform, you know, they were never bred to be. In fact, it's going to be a lot tastier than anything you'll find in the supermarket. I like all the different kinds. There are so many different varieties of everything out there. I mean, I think in such a small polytunnel, we're talking 12 varieties just of tomatoes. You'd never find a supermarket with 12 varieties in, and they're getting their tomatoes from places that have acres and acres of glasshouses. It just makes sense as an agricultural worker, as a farmer, as a grower, to diversify. Because if you lose one portion of your crop, you're not lost then, because you still have these other pieces to pick it up. That's why we grow so many different types of vegetables. These are our sweet peppers. Let's see, this variety is called Puts and Gold, and they go this kind of creamier yellow color here when they ripen. Really lovely. This is ginger. It's not the kind of ginger you would find in the store. It hasn't formed that tough skin, and it comes out this lovely like white pinkish color. And you get the leaves as well, so we'll harvest them with it and you can juice them and all sorts. Really love it. Down here some more peppers. I think these are sweet chocolate. Gorgeous. All those chilies. Be interesting to see what they taste like. I haven't tasted these ones yet. We have some aubergines. So we have a white variety here, which is quite nice. This is called Czech Early. Nowhere in nature will you find one thing. You know, we're creating much more of a natural space than just a monoculture, which is essentially a desert. Even keeping the soil bare is fighting against nature's tendency for diversity. It pushes towards diversity. That's just what nature does.